Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Robyn and I'm currently down in the back portion of my property. I live here with my partner and our two cats on the southeast coast of New South Wales, Australia. And I'm down the back of my property, actually underneath the pear tree, just to show you what we've been working on over the last few days in this little area. Now, I have a background and PhD in environmental science, and one of my passions in life is restoring degraded landscapes. And I'm kind of classing my backyard as a degraded landscape in the sense that I want it to be something that's a little bit more natural and provide a lot more habitat for all of the native birds and insects and animals around us. So in today's vlog, I'm going to be sharing with you the process of creating like a mini rainforest garden in our backyard. The whitbird has joined us, which is great to hear. I love hearing different rainforest bird sounds and just any birds in general around in the garden. But going back on topic, we're creating a little bit of a rainforest garden back here because I just want to, and it's also just going to mean that we don't have to maintain this area as much as we were by mowing all of the lawn. So we live on about half an acre property, and I'll do an overview of the area. It's a pretty decent space and there's definitely a lot of plants that we can plant in this area. It's currently all grass except for this kind of one really beautiful pear tree and some eucalypts and casuarinas down the very back of the property. But there's lots of space to add in here, which is definitely what I'm going to be doing. When you're trying to create any kind of garden and you have grass, your main problem is going to be the grass. It's really established in this area. There are quite established rhizomes and roots going all throughout this area of all of the different grasses that we have here, because there are quite a few that I can see. So the main problem that I'm going to be having is maintaining all of this grass. And the first step that I'm doing to maintain all of this grass is actually by planting some of the taller trees and the taller shrubs and bushes in this area, in the hope that they can get as much sunlight as they need and grow up quickly to reach that sun and then provide shade and shelter, which is hopefully going to smother the grass out around the bases of the plants. This is definitely a technique that we use in restoring properties and even on mine sites, which I've also worked on, is really getting those trees established first so that you can actually have roots in the ground. And I mean, they do take the longest to grow as well. So that has been my priority in this area. It's also definitely going to help break up all of the clay soils that we have and promote really good drainage, because this is at the very end of the property where all of the water comes to. So having roots in the ground is definitely going to be beneficial for this area. I'll turn you around and share what I've planted so far in this area. So you can see here where all of the little mulch piles are is where there's some trees or shrubs. So my aim is to kind of create a little bit of a pathway through here, and all of these that I've planted are probably going to grow minimum to about 3 meters high, so a decent size to kind of cover all of that fence. I should also mention that all of these plants are either from Whitbird Environmental or they're from the Berry Public School. They have a little nursery and arboretum that I have done some work on, and it's pretty much been the inspiration for this garden here. I've gone for tube stock for all of these plants just because tube stock is the best option if you're trying to plant out an area that has never had plants in it. They're going to naturalize a lot better and grow a lot quicker. Often when you buy larger plants, they would have been grown on in multiple different places or one place that may not be close to your area. So getting tube stock, I know where these all came from as well. They're around this area. They all have fairly close provenance as well, which basically means like their parent plants are within this area. The seeds were collected from around here. So genetically, they should be a little bit stronger than maybe some of the other cultivars that you might find at nurseries or just larger plants in general that have been growing elsewhere, who knows where. They're also like a lot cheaper as well, which is a bonus. So I've tried to kind of space them out a little bit. Some of the taller plants are up the front, and where there is an existing plant like the pear tree, I have done smaller species. They'll still grow pretty high, but not as high as all of the trees. I will also include here a little bit of an overlay on how I planted these. Basically, I just moved all of the grass aside, dug a hole, added a little bit of compost, and then, like all of my plants that I plant in this garden, basically, I plant the plant in, and I've actually used different containers and things from the kitchen actually to create a little barrier around the plant. This is just going to help to protect it from all of the feral cats and dogs and foxes and bandicoots, not that they're feral but they're in the area, and prevent them from digging the plants up and let them get a little bit more established. It also allows me to know where the plant is, and I can water it really easily. Then I just overlaid them all with some cardboard and then mulch on top, and the cardboard will slowly break down over time and the mulch will just kind of weigh it all down. So here I have planted a coda tree. This is one of the only deciduous trees that are native to the area. It doesn't always lose its leaves, but it occasionally does. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous rainforest tree. And then next to that I have a Davidson plum, another gorgeous bush tucker plant. Along the fence line here, which is really crooked and is something we're working on, I have another acacia planted. This is just going to grow really quickly and provide a little bit of shade and just wind protection for this whole area. I used some grass cuttings here instead of mulch, but in this one is a kangaroo apple with just some sticks around it to keep all of the animals out. But this is a really fast growing pioneer tree, which is, it's fairly small, and it's going to just help get this whole area established. I've got a blue lily pilly here. Really stunning plant. Lily pillies are definitely one of my favorite rainforest species. A sandpaper fig here, another really fast growing rainforest plant. The leaves are really cool because they do feel like sandpaper. Yeah, I really love these. And down the end here, I believe this is a white aspen. Just check. Yes, it is. So this is looking happy in there. And then over here next to the pear tree, I think this is a, what are you? I can't remember. This is a white beech tree, which will grow quite tall. I don't know, maybe, I don't think it'll grow any taller than maybe 10 meters or so, just in this area. But I have given this one quite a bit of space behind the pear tree there. And then I haven't planted out this whole area yet, but this here is a muttonwood in there, being protected by all of the animals. It grows to about 2 to 3 meters in this area, and this can grow in full sun, but I think it'll prefer the part shade here, and it'll get shade from the pear tree as well as all of those trees in the afternoon. And then in this area here, I would really love a little grove of some bleeding hearts. I am picking a few of these up tomorrow, so I'm going to be planting these in here, and I'll share in this vlog planting those as well. But yeah, I wanted to just do a little bit of an overview now while I had a little bit of time this afternoon, just to share what is planted already in this area. I have lots of plants of this area, lots of plans to add in native ground covers and native understory plants underneath all of these trees. And for each of the trees, I would have put the name of them here. So if you are interested in getting more details of the plant, it's only a quick Google away. But obviously I've chosen all of these species because they are native to my area here on the south coast of New South Wales. And a lot of these are actually all native to like southeast Queensland as well. This is where you'd probably want to get them from southeast Queensland though, so you can have the provenance of that area. But yeah, we are very much coastal here, so it's a little bit warmer, and a lot of the subtropical species are native to here, also native in southeast Queensland. So yeah, just wanted to start this vlog off here, documenting the process of this little rainforest walk, rainforest patch that I'm doing down here. The reason why I'm choosing more rainforest species for this particular area is because of the soil, the slope of the land, and also the shrubs and the trees that have naturally been like dropped here by birds, the seeds, and then grown. A lot of those are actually rainforest plants, so I know that those kind of species will grow well here, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that a lot of these also grow well here. We'll see how we go, and I'll definitely keep you updated on the progress of this area. So I'm going to sign off for this day, but I do have quite a few more things to do this week. I'll include in this video. Definitely need to pick some flowers from the flower farm and dry them and make some bouquets. And I also need to plant the plants that I'm going to be receiving tomorrow as well. Morning everyone, it is a few days later now. I'm picking the vlog back up here. I have been working the last 2 days doing garden work and my body is pretty sore, so I'm going to minimize like the heavy lifting, the digging holes today, and just do a few little garden jobs around the place. It is almost 8 o'clock now, and I'm just going to walk around the garden and pick a bucket of flowers to do some arranging later today. I haven't really been doing too much arranging lately, and I really want to get back into the swing of things, making a few bouquets a week. I might deliver these to the nursing home tomorrow just to have inside the house, because I love flowers and I love being creative and using the flowers and making pretty bouquets. So that is what I'm going to do today. I also have to plant some cosmos, and I don't really know what else I want to get up to today, but you will find out. Later today I'll show you a few more plants that I planted in the rainforest area. I did check this morning and one of them hasn't survived, but that's okay. One casualty out of the many that I have planted isn't too bad. But for now I'm going to grab some snips, fill up a bucket of water and walk around and find some flowers to pick. I think first up I really want to pick all of this Statice because it's definitely ready to be harvested, and I'm going to dry a majority of these. I would honestly be happy if I just received a bouquet looking like this. Like, I absolutely love snapdragons. They're so cottagey and whimsical, and they make me so happy. I think this is a pretty good harvest considering what some of the plants were looking like at the moment. I got a whole bucket of Statice, which was fantastic, as well as just a few little lamb's ear. And then a bunch of those snapdragons. I picked some ferns, some straw flowers, bottle brush leaves. I think that is about it. I'm going to let all of these just sit in the buckets of water for the day, and then this afternoon I'll do some arranging. I need to do a little bit of watering, and I need to go inside and have some breakfast because you definitely work up an appetite harvesting flowers, let me tell you that. Alright, so as you would have seen, I ended up making 4 little arrangements. I'm going to drop these off at the nursing home tomorrow morning. I think my favourite one, I mean I like them all, but I really enjoyed making this one just with the colours, and I love using bottle brush leaves. I think the colours of this one looked really nice, and I'm starting to kind of gauge what my style is. I really like soft colours, arrangements that look really whimsical, colourful, and just make me happy basically. That's the aim of selling flowers, is to make people happy or to bring up emotion for some people, and I really enjoyed putting all these together. They're not perfect, but I really enjoy them, and I know I'm only going to get better with all of my arranging that I do, and I can't wait for next year to have my own little market stall. I really enjoyed putting all of these together, and they really didn't take that long as well. But I decided not to film the process of just putting them all together because I'm still learning myself, and I just needed no distraction. I had enough distraction with all of the cats around sticky beaking at what I was doing. Yeah, in future videos I'll share arranging and how to put bouquets together because I'm really just learning myself, and just seeing what works for me, and practice is really going to help me, because no matter how many videos I watch on YouTube, I always end up just doing my own thing, and I just want to keep doing that because I don't want pressure of like following someone's recipe or whatever. I would much prefer putting flowers together that I like the look of, and hopefully other people do too. Oh, I also have a bunch of Statice that I put together to dry up in the garage, but yeah, the Statice was really great to use in all of these arrangements. It just kind of like filled them out a little bit, and you don't even really notice it that much, except just all of the little pops of color everywhere. They really do make a bouquet look put together, in my opinion. Right, let's go for a quick walk down to the rainforest area. I'll share the other few plants that I planted, and then I'm going to plant some cosmos seeds and then wrap this vlog up. Right, it's very windy down here, so I will be brief, but I planted 3 little bleeding heart trees. These are just one of the most gorgeous trees when planted together. They look absolutely stunning. They're a pioneer tree, so they grow really fast and they kind of let the understory establish. So hopefully even in a year or a few, I am going to be able to enjoy the beauty of these trees. Unfortunately, I've had a casualty on just one of them. I was probably a little too hasty, and Jeff did warn me just to wait a little bit longer to plant these. I didn't listen, but that's okay. I'll wait. I have a few more to plant, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm super excited to see this garden just flourish and create a little bit of habitat, and just have a beautiful little walk through this area where I can enjoy the rainforest plants and just have a little relaxing area down the back of the property. Right, I'm going to sign off here, but I do have some cosmos seeds I'm going to plant, so I'll include that footage as well. But I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. It was kind of random. There were a few different things that I was getting up to, but that's just what happens, and I take the opportunity to film whenever I can. But make sure to like, subscribe and comment. I really appreciate all of your support on this channel, and until my next video, happy gardening everyone. Bye!